Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video for Microsoft Excel VBA, we are going to look at the procedure using which you can select a single cell or a range of cells using the Visual Basic Code. Now, selecting a cell is pretty simple when we are using the simple Microsoft Excel GUI. All you got to do is just hover your mouse around here and there, and you can just click on that particular cell and that cell would be selected. So how would you know that particular cell is selected? You can just see this green outline around the cell. Now we also have studied about the go-to feature in Microsoft Excel, and using that go-to feature, once we enter any particular cell address, then that particular cell is selected. So in today's video, we are going to see that how can we do this exact thing using the Visual Basic Code. So let's start. I have got a new sheet named sheet 11, and let's just create a macro for this purpose. So in VBA editor, you go to the insert tab and insert a module. Now if you are wondering that how can I get this VBA tab, simple shortcut is Alt F11. Once you have opened your Microsoft Excel, you can press Alt F11 from your keyboard to bring out this VBA editor. Or else you can just go to the developer tab, and here is this Visual Basic, which you can bring up as well. So this is our VBA. Let's insert a new module. By default you will get a name as module 1. So let's just rename it to something that is more relevant to our context. So cell select is what we are actually going to see today. So in the code pane, let us start its code by creating a sub procedure and providing a name for our macro, that is cell select. Open and close the parenthesis, and once you press enter, you can see end sub is present, which means that yes, Visual Basic has recognized it as a valid VB code, which is exactly what we wanted. So now what we are going to do is just select a particular cell. So the cell I want to select is I5. Okay, so first of all, what we got to do is use the range function, and the reason we are using this function is so that we can refer to a particular cell. So just use within double quotes, write the name of the cell I5, close the double quotes and close the parenthesis. Now once you press the dot, you will have to select for an option or search for an option called select. Now once you just type it, you can see this is select written. And that's it. This is the code for selecting a particular cell. If you could just run it, then what happens is the current active cell or the current cell that is selected is I5, and that's exactly what we wanted. Now using this code, you can select any number of cells. Suppose you have selected I5, now you want to select some other cell. Suppose F6 is the next cell that I want to select. So you got to press this, put a dot, and again search for select. Now if I run this code, so I have to use the step into function with the shortcut F8 so that I can use the or see the step-by-step execution. So first of all, let us just select some other cell. Right now J11 is selected, but when this first line of code is executed, I5 is selected, and when this second line of code is selected or executed, F6 cell is selected. Okay, so that was about a single cell, but since we know that using the range function we can refer to a range of cells as well. So what happens if we just provide a range of cells instead of a single cell as an argument to the range function and use the select property? Then what happens? Let's see that as well. So in range, let us provide a range of cells that is from A1 till G1. So I'm providing it with a range of the same row A1 till G1 like this. This is how you provide a range. Put a dot and add select to it. Now if we just press F8, so first of all I5 is selected, then F6 is selected, and after that this A1 till G1 is selected. This whole is selected. Okay, so when you provide a range with a select property, then whatever is given in that particular range is selected. Now that was about a row. What happens if you just provide a range for a column? So that's pretty simple as well. This time let us provide for a column B1 till B10. Now we have 10 rows, 1 to 10, and the column is same, that is column number B. So this is the code for it. Let us execute it. I5 is selected, then S6 is selected, then A1 till G1 is selected, and then B1 till B10 is selected. So that's how you can use the select function. So that was all about the select function in VB. Now there is another function and the property that is very important, is known as activate property. What happens when you want to activate any kind of cell? Okay, so what happens is, let us just see what happens if we want to activate a particular cell. So right now we want to activate a single cell. So using this activate function, you can actually activate a single cell or multiple cells as well. So let's just provide it with a range, and within parentheses let us provide the address of the cell. H3 is the target cell that I want to activate, so just press H3, close the double quotes, close the parenthesis, put a dot, and write activate. So once you just press A, you can see that activate is the first property of the range function that you have got, so just put a tab. Now what happens is, if we just run this cell or this piece of code in the macro, then what happens is, activate actually does the same thing as the select function. It also selects that particular cell, and select function also selects that particular cell. Okay, so basically their properties are similar. What they do is select a cell or a range of cells. So if you just look at it, then activate and select are basically synonyms of one another. You can activate a cell or you can just select a cell. Similarly, if instead of a single cell you want to do that same thing, that is activate the cell for a range of cells, then how can you go with it? Just use the range function, put double quotes, you can provide the range. Suppose from D4 till D8 is what we want to activate, and close the parenthesis, put a dot. Activate is what you got to select, and once you just run it using the step into function, then you can see that this range is activated. Okay, so the difference between a single cell and a range of cells is, when you are activating a single cell, the focus is on the single cell, but when you are activating a range of cells, and the focus or the same whole range is selected, but the focus is on the first cell of that particular range, whether going in a row wise fashion or in a column wise fashion. So that's the main difference. Okay, so, and one more thing, actually using the range function, we have seen two methods of selecting the cells, but there is one more method of selecting the cells using the range function. Suppose you want to go to the range function, and instead of providing the names of the columns like H3, A1, G1, what you can provide is a number that substitute these letters. So how can you go with it? For A, the number goes as 1, for B, the number goes as 2, and so on. So using that particular thing also, you can provide the ranges with like a kind of criteria for it. So let's see. Suppose you just write 1 like this, and again you write 1 like this. Okay, and what I'm going to do is actually use the select function over here. So just put a dot and actually use the select function. Okay, actually the error that we are getting over here is this. That's the same double quotes, or in the same double quotes it's going to be there. So now if we just run it, this code is all similar. Now you can see 1 1. What would it do is select the first row and the first column completely. Now if I just maximize my Excel and try to move my stylus, you can see this whole first row is selected. That is what it does. It selects this whole first row, and that's how you can go with it. if we just change it to say 2, then what happens is first column, how many rows? 2 rows. First row and the second row, both of these rows are selected, and that's another usage of the range function. You can use that as well whenever you want. So that is all for today's video. I hope you all have enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.